Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Wednesday, the 29th of May, and I'm Curtis Morton. In our headlines, Windies defeat New Zealand, and in our feature for this evening, Under-19s win over Masters. We'll take this break, and I'll be right back.
As a responsible taxpayer, you help to build and maintain sporting facilities for recreational activities throughout the island. Thank you for putting country above self. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, NEVIS.
Be a responsible citizen.
Jump up, free up, bet up, no standing up. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45, yeah. Music, folklore, pageants, and so much more. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Join us from July 25th to August 6th for the Caribbean's greatest summer live. It's Culturama 45.
Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45. Yeah. Love, passion, pride, culture, I'm a 45.
Well, I'm back, and we start with cricket. For West Indies, the lament has long been that two of three fire, but find themselves having to make up for the failures of their colleagues. On Tuesday, 9 of the 11 players scored more than 20, and 9 of the top 10 produced strike rates of 110. It was a batting performance inevitably evocative of England over the last 4 years. And if they manage to replicate this with consistency, their 36-year wait for a World Cup semi-final berth may finally draw to a close. Hope stroked 101 from 86 without looking aggressive at almost any point during the innings, except for the start where he dispatched Trent Boult, otherwise the best bowler of the game on either side, for 19 in his fifth over. The class of his shots, aided by natural talent he oozes, helped him score runs while not taking too many chances and generating the type of eye-catching power one expects to see from West Indies. New Zealand's bowling performance was, to put it mildly, as ordinary as they've been all year. Boult kept a lid on a total that still ballooned to 422, but Matt Henry couldn't reprise Tim Southee's duties from the other end, with Chris Gayle teeing off in the opening 6 overs. At the death overs, when Henry returned, he was mercilessly savage, conceding an eye-watering 107 in the 9 overs he bowled. That's a lot of stick. His 32 was ordinary, and while Mitchell Santa played the holding role as well as a certain other bespectacled left-arm spinner has done for New Zealand over countless years, the consistency required against a side like the West Indies was missing throughout the innings. The attempted Yorkers regularly became low full tosses or half volleys, and with the margin of error almost non-existent, the run rate never seemed to fall, even as New Zealand began to take wickets reasonably regularly over the last 20 overs. That batting performance was definitely backed up by the pace trio of Cottrell, Jason Holder and Kemar Roach, and the game was over before anyone else had rolled their arm over. Holder and Roach in particular gave the batsmen nothing with their lines and lengths, and with New Zealand wary of taking too many risks early on, particularly after the early departure of Guptill, the result was a constant build-up of pressure. Summarized scores: West Indies 421. Hope 101, Russell 54, beat New Zealand 330, Blundell got 106, Williamson 85, Brathwaite 3 for 75, West Indies winning by all of 91 runs. Meanwhile, the Hero Caribbean Premier League fixtures for the 2019 season have been announced, as the best cricketing talent from across the Caribbean and from around the world are set to be a part of the biggest party in sport. The 34-match season starts later this year, with the opening match happening on the 4th of September and the final on the 12th of October 2019. Games are confirmed in Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, of course, and Trinidad and Tobago. The first match will see last year's winners, Trinbago Knight Riders, take on St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, while the Guyana Amazon Warriors will get underway against the St. Lucia Stars. Fans will have to wait until game 27 for a repeat of last year's finals, with the Knight Riders taking on the Amazon Warriors. To coincide with the release of the schedule, CPL have made selected tickets available for sale online for this year's tournament. This includes group games in Trinidad, Jamaica, and these are available at www.cplt20.com. Damien O'Donoghue, the Hero CPL CEO, is excited about the upcoming season. We are delighted with how Hero CPL continues to grow. Last season, we saw more than 200 million viewers watch the tournament, and Hero CPL also made a huge impact on the economies of the countries we visited. We are certain that this year, we will see those numbers grow once again. Speaking about the announcement of the tournament fixtures, Hero CPL's COO Pete Russell said, "It is very pleasing to get the fixture list agreed for this year. It is always a challenge, and we would like to thank everyone involved in helping to pull this all together." We go to break, and when I come back, we'll have our feature for this evening.
Uwali, the queen of the Caribbean, bathed by its crystal shores, is the Caribbean's best kept secret. Nevis is known for its rich culture, which remains entrenched in the island's everyday life. We boast of having the Caribbean's greatest summer festival, Culturama.
Welcome to Nevis.
It's easy to believe that all Caribbean islands are the same until you visit Nevis.
Nevis is the Caribbean of a bygone era.
You will enjoy a most intimate vacation on Nevis. You're only a stranger here once.
We offer exclusive and barefoot luxury stays.
With only 400 hotel rooms, our island may be exclusive,
but the warm, genuine and friendly welcome is just everywhere.
We look forward to meeting you.
Visit nevisisland.com.
Well, I'm back, and tonight cricket takes the spotlight. Another in the series of practice matches for the Nevis Masters team as they prepare for the upcoming Leeward Islands Masters tournament was played at the Eat-Willet Park on Wednesday, 28 May. The under-19s would have won the first match. The Masters bounced back to win the second, and this time around the chirpy youngsters intended to make amends. With some of their main batsmen sitting out this one, the Masters managed 135 from their 20 overs, with Rakesh top scoring with 35 and Sterling Marshall getting 25, along with cameos from Patrick Newton and Wendell Wallace at the tail end of the innings. The youngsters had their work cut out this time around, but managed to get to the target for the loss of 4 wickets. Elroy David, Rudy Brown, Patrick Newton and Curtis Morton picking up a wicket each. We go to the ETW and we pick up the action there. Well, it's the Masters taking on the under-19s. And of course the youngsters looking forward to this match, having lost the last one. And they're off for a single. That's Rakesh, who has been batting very well so far. Just turning it into the onside and off for the single. So it's going to be Sharma moving in now to bowl to, and he's beaten outside the off stump. That's Simmons trying to push it off the back foot and beaten through to the keeper. So it's going to be Sharma to bowl once more to Joel Simmons. We have a slip in place now as he moves, stopped by the umpire. Tall, lanky off spinner moving now to bowl. He's pulling that one as Simmons gets it back out of square. The man is chasing after it. That's Carmichael. Misfield slightly. Well, that's Trishan Francis actually. And they get 2. Moving now, he punches it into the offside and misfielded, but struck on the foot actually. Swings into that, does Rakesh, finds the man at deep mid-wicket. They'll only get 1. That looks like Willett getting the return in quickly. So that will bring Simmons into strike. It's Carmichael. Moves in now to bowl. Driving caught, brilliantly caught too. Carmichael moving to his right with both hands, grabbing onto it, and Simmons goes. Bowled and caught, Jaden Carmichael. going to be Carmichael now to bowl to the new man, Fabian Cranston. And mid-on goes now to long on. Deep mid-wicket, Manners, square leg, and short mid-wicket. As he moves in once more. Pushing tentatively at that one is Cranston. Seem not to have a clue about that one. So there's a slip in place, man at point, cover, extra cover, made off. Moves in now to bowl. He's having a swing at that. And the bail's whipped off by Tuckett, but his back foot well grounded. He definitely had a slug at that. And he was aiming onside instead of trying to go over extra cover. Ball was pretty wide outside the off stump. Here goes once more. Flatter delivery outside the off stump. He's shouting his appeal. The umpire is not impressed at all. So it's going to be Carmichael once more. Moving in now. Flatter delivery. He's gone. Trapped in his crease. Flat and fast. Direct on stump. And Cranston had no response. He was clueless. Just stood there. Beaten comprehensively, struck in the crease, and the umpire sends him on his way. So, Rakesh settles over his back now. It's going to be Sharma who will move into bowl to him. And the area that he loves to hit is very vacant, Cow's Corner. He normally goes, he hits this one uppishly, but it's clearing the head of the square leg. They're going to get at least 2 here. Chasing after it is young Patrice Nisbet. Gets the return in, and they get 2. Sharma once more, moving in now to bowl to Rakesh. Rakesh swings it away, badly misfielded there by Nisbet, and it's going to hit the ropes just about now ahead of Jelani Manners. Poor bit of work there by Nisbet. He'll be very disappointed with that as it went through him and away to the boundary for 4. So here goes once more Sharma into bowl to Rakesh. Rakesh seemed a little dubious on that occasion, hesitant into the defensive shot. Maybe thinking about the big heave and then belatedly just strolling forward. Sharma prepares to bowl once more to Rakesh. Rakesh is swinging and the bails are removed, but there's no real appeal because that back foot goes back quickly. But the bails were removed very quickly by Tuckett and really didn't appeal on that occasion. So it's going to be Carmichael. Moves in now to bowl. He's sweeping is Jimbo, and that one spinning right across him. So he was sweeping against the turn, and he spun right across him, left him on the shot. So moves in once more Carmichael to bowl to Jimbo floated. He's beaten outside the off stump. The bails removed again by Tuckett. He loves to remove the bails. Here goes once more Carmichael. Oh, he just chips it to short extra cover. And almost like catching practice there. Jimbo David goes. Caught at extra cover, gone. So it's going to be Jaden Carmichael who will be bowling to Rudy Brown is the batsman on the back foot quietly. So he goes once more. Carmichael moving in out to bowl to Brown, wide of the mark. Just watches it through to the keeper. Here he goes once more. Beaten outside the off stump. Grabbing was Carlon Tuckett on that occasion. Poor bit of glove work. And whether or not it touched, we'll never know. And that ends the over. Once more, Sharma bowls to Brown. Brown goes after it. He's dropping short of Carmichael. They get a single. Oh, he's going for the big heave there. It's Rudy Brown. He's aiming for us towards the bar, really. Because it's on the bottom edge of the bat. You can see the intentions are clear. Nisbet takes 2 steps back, but he walks in now with the bowler. Floated. He's on the back foot shock, and that could be pretty close. He's gone. He was coming forward and then went back. So when he was struck, he was back in his crease, I believe. And the umpire sent him on his way, Rudy Brown. And it's going to be Carmichael to bowl to Wendell Micey Wallace, the new batsman. The off stump left alone by Wallace. Wallace flicks it away. That's going to go for 4. Backward of square. Flat and fast. Stuck on the pad, but I think that's missing the leg stump. Johnson walks away. Well, Johnson wasn't watching. So he can't. My goodness. Well, they're trying something, the youngsters. They're trying something. And I think Eustace Johnson is teasingly warning Carlon Tuckett. They're enjoying themselves, the youngsters. Trishawn Francis is into the attack, swung away by Rakesh. It's going to run pretty close to the boundary. The man Clark is after it, does a little bit of football, kicks it into the boundary for 4. So he has plugged the cow's corner position now. That's the favorite area for Rakesh. He goes, he's bowled! Flat and fast, swung across it, picked out the middle stump. And so Rakesh bowled after an entertaining knock. He comes back. So it's going to be Francis to bowl now to the new man, Patrick Newton. Solidly forward, squeezes it into the offside, can't score. Francis once more, moving in now to bowl to Newton, flat and fast. He's cutting it away backward of point and he's going to race into the boundary for 4. So, lovely shot there by Patrick. Slapped away for 4. Randolph is the name of the bowler. Moves in now to bowl. Patrick Newton goes high. Is it handsome? I think it is. He's gone for 6. So, launching into that was Patrick Newton. And it's gone the distance, clearing the fence. Mid-off comes back to long off now. Flash and a miss. And swung away for 4. Shot down the leg side. Nonchalantly swung away by Patrick Newton for 4. While he swings it away, and that's going to go for 4.
Shot, Mikey. 100 up.
Francis will go now to Wallace. Wallace deciding to make them wait. Some more adjustments being made to the field. Man has come from first slip, leaving third man very vacant. I'm not too sure. You can't set a field for bad bowling, really, as Wallace swings. That's gone long. That's gone far. That's 6. Wallace is telling him something. He's having a word with Francis. Still gesticulating out there. Francis turns his back. They have a lot of chat out there, the youngsters. Now Wallace is following him. He wants to get a reaction. He does. Gives him a hug. Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you are not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.